Hey everyone, my name's Sam Levy. This, as always, is Toby the Beagle, and we are here to discuss our thoughts for the semi-finals of Eurovision 2022. So, this is the first of two videos where I will be discussing the semi-finals, and this one will be semi-final 1. And what I'll be doing in these two videos is placing where I think each country will finish. So, in semi-final 1, I'll start with the country I think will finish bottom, so 17th in the semi-final, and then we'll go up to the top 10, and then we'll find out who I feel will win semi-final 1. So in this semi-final there's at least 8 songs I say will definitely go through, and I feel they will, and then it's just a couple of countries that will be there or thereabouts who'll just miss out and just get in. So as we know, we don't find out who places where in the semi-finals till after Saturday's grand final. So let's see how many I'll get right for this semi-final. So in 17th place, I have put LPS with their disco song from Slovenia. This is very disappointing from Slovenia. They've been very good the last couple of editions now. They've got into such a good rhythm, and then they've sent this. The only thing I can say is the only decent part of this is the lead singer is very cute. In 16th place is Latvia and their entry, which is a bit of a shame. Latvia again, Samantha Tina was good the last couple of years. There was much better songs in Supernova this year, and it's a shame they've gone with this. I feel maybe if they're in the other semi-final, they might have got through. Or been higher up at least, but in this semi-final, you've got Norway, who are going to get a lot more of the vote for this type of entry. So that's a great shame. 15th is Bulgaria, an intelligent music project, which is the first song that was released. It's got nothing behind it. Having seen the rehearsals now for this song, this might probably finish as high as 12th, but this is before I've seen the rehearsals. I don't think there's going to be much for it here, and yeah, it's going to be easily missed in this relatively harder semi-final. There's more guaranteed finalists here, but the semi-final 2 is more harder to predict. So I feel sorry for Bulgaria. 14th is Denmark, and ready with the show. I know they've had problems with the sun in Italy, where they were going to make big use of this Denmark. Denmark have not been strong for a number of years now. They must be licking their wounds. Last year, there was a bit of a fan favourite, finished 11th. It was not my song. They should have sent Ben and Tammy. Why on earth they didn't send that? The show is, this could qualify. This could surprise people. It is the only sort of rock up-tempo song in this semi-final, isn't it? Yes. So if people are watching and that's their genre of music, there's only one song to vote for, and that's them. Wouldn't mind it in the final, but quite easily wouldn't miss it. 13th, here's the first surprise. It's Sentimental from the lady from Lithuania. I should have written the artist's names down. I think it's Monica Liu, but don't quote me on that. Not my sort of music. It's got a bit of a following online. Again, I don't think this will do well. Because you've got to look who is going to vote for it. And that's where I struggle. Where are the votes coming from? 12th, now this will be a big surprise, it is Portugal. I've never personally been a fan of Portugal songs. I think their Salvador Sobral was the worst winner. And yes, worst winner of the decade, even below Azerbaijan. Elena Kicks actually like that. Portugal, I think it's either Portugal or Iceland will go through, and for me personally, I do prefer the Icelandic entry. I think the harmonies are better, the song is a lot better, and is a bit more different than This it's nicer listening, Iceland's. So I feel that Salde is not going to qualify. But again, anything from 12th to probably 8th in mine are debatable as whether they'll qualify or not. For me, anyway. 11th is Guilty Pleasure from Croatia by Maya. Maya, yeah, I can't pronounce her surname because I can't write it down. I can't remember correctly. This had some hype coming into the contest. Again, looking at the rehearsals, it's very flat. It doesn't impress me whatsoever. I've only put her just missing the semi-final. She's probably below Portugal, Lithuania, probably Denmark. Probably could overtake her in my rankings, really. And which is a good shame because Croatia are one of the favourite countries that I like to listen to when they send their artists. And I just don't think they've got much chance of getting through. 10th, I think just sneaking in will be Iceland. Sister is the harmonies. When I seen Songvakeppen, and it was between them and the rapping women, I was actually hoping they would send this song, just because it is totally different to anything else that was already sent previously. Plus, the rapping women would not do well, I would think. Their harmonies, the juries will love this song. The juries will probably put this in the top 7, I'd say 7 or 6. I think the juries will put this up there. The public will probably put it very near the bottom of their rankings, because the juries will appreciate this. Excuse me. I'm trying to record a video, Tobies. The juries will really appreciate everything behind this song, and I don't think the public will as much. In 9th place, Toby, move. I've got Albania. Secret. Like most of the songs this year, this is very average, and it's, Albania. They've been struggling for a while. They'll get to the final. There's no doubt about Albania. They'll get there. But it's when they get in the final, their song isn't that strong enough. Like last year, Pendice was the best song in their national final, and it didn't get sent. I didn't really take too much notice this year for their festival Kanjis, which I've butchered the name. Sorry, anyone from Albania watching. The song's okay. It's very low down on my list overall, but there is a big following for this song, so I do expect it to get through. 8th is Halo by Lumix and Mia Paya for Austria. Now, this was higher up in my rankings, and then I started to look at some of the live performances, and the vocals are very, very worrying to listen to. They're not strong enough, and I think that will be the downfall. I think Austria will qualify. If they didn't, I could understand why. But that will probably be it. Really, they were probably looking at left-hand side of the boards to start with. Now they'll be lucky to get top right. I think they're going to struggle in the final. Now, these next 7 are guaranteed qualifiers, I believe. And 7 is Moldova. For me, I love Zoop to Zoop. I love Moldova, probably my favourite country every single year at Eurovision, because you're going to get a good show. The staging doesn't look great this year for what you expect of Moldova. It's just them on stage from what I've seen. But Zoop to Zoop, one of my favourite bands that have ever gone to the contest. The vocals, again, a bit of a worry here. They're not as strong, but then again, let's remember they've been going to Eurovision since 2005, and they were the first entrance for Moldova, Zoop to Zoop, with Bonica Batadoba. Then came back with So Lucky, one of my favourite Eurovision songs ever. And, Trectional is a good song. It's guaranteed to get 24 points off Romania when they both get to the final. I do believe both will. All the best of Moldova, they will be up there on the public. Juries will probably not be so kind. Now, sixth is probably a country that many of you will be surprised to hear, and that's Switzerland. Boys Do Cry with Marius Bear. This is probably the best piece of music in the whole contest, and it is getting no love whatsoever. The juries will probably put this top 3, and I think it's that type of quality that the juries will like. Switzerland will be top 3, if not top 5 at the very least. The public will not be so kind, so this could not qualify. I hope it does. It is one of my favourite songs this year, this song, and I am absolutely devastated it's getting no love out there. And that's shame on you guys. Fifth is going to be a surprise. It's Ukraine with the Kalush Orchestra with Stefania. Now, I like to point out what's going on in Ukraine is not good, to say the least. But for this, you need to separate what's going on there with the contest. So we all know that Ukraine are going to get some sympathy votes, and I think that pushes this up to 5th in my rankings because of that. I don't think it's high. And in all honesty, I would not be shocked if Ukraine don't qualify, because I have a sneeze coming. It's gone. And it's not a good song. It's very average. Do apologise. Ukraine is a very average song this year. I do not like it. When there's better pieces of music like Switzerland that is getting ignored for this song just because what's happening in the world right now, and it is a shame, because we all know Ukraine are not going to be in any way, shape or form to host, and if Ukraine do win, this is a political edition of the contest, because it just shows that the music's not winning. It's, you're voting for the country, and it would be so wrong if Ukraine win Eurovision this year. I don't think they will. If Go A were going this year with Shum, they would have won hands down, because they did so well last year, and that was my favourite song last year, was the Ukrainian entry. So happy I think they won the public vote last year. If that went this year, they would have won the contest, because they would have got sympathy votes, and I just don't like the song. I don't think it'll do well. If it qualifies, it qualifies. It's not for me. 4, another sleeper song, Armenia. Rosa Lee, I think the lady's name is, with the song, which I've forgotten. This will do very well. Now, it's a bit underappreciated, this song. If Ed Sheeran wrote this song, everyone would be all over it. But because it's someone that no one's ever heard of in sort of the grand European contextures, she's not getting much love, and it's a shame, because this song is good, it's quality, and I think it will finish 4th. The juries will like it. I think the public, it's one of these middling songs. When it gets to the final, it will be looking top half of the right to bottom left, then get top 10. I think that will be a very good achievement for Armenia. 3rd will be Norway. Subwoofer, Give That Wolf a Banana. This will win the public vote. The question will be is, how many points will it get off the juries? That will be the question. Norway will get to the final. They will win the public vote hands down. Apart from their blip last year with Tix, one of the worst Norwegian entries of the last decade, Norway have been on a strong run of form. Kano was my favourite 2 years ago. This was my favourite for a long time, but it is still up there on my rank. I think it's still my top 3. It'll just all come down to how many points will this get off the juries, and they will probably stop it winning, that they did a couple of years ago with Kano. 2 is the Netherlands. I'm not a great fan of this song. But it's been hooking me in recently with the oh, ah, ah. It's an okay song, and it's even better because it's sung in Dutch. Can they win again? I don't think so. Um, will they be top 10? They'll be there or thereabouts. Um, Again, it'll be very interesting to see who votes for this. Um, because there's a lot of other countries that are sending very similar songs, so it depends where it is in the final, which will help it. And if you haven't guessed, my number one is Greece, who I think will probably win Eurovision this year. This has been up there instantly every time I listen to Amanda Tejvoord's song "Die Together." It gives me goosebumps. This happened a couple of years ago with Elena Nechayeva's song "La Forza" for Estonia. Greece will do very well, public and jury votes. This is quality music. She starts off a cappella. The only thing I didn't like originally was the robotic voice at the start while she's singing, but I've come to like that. But even that didn't put me off the song, which shows that this song will do well. Because let's be honest, in the final and on the semi-finals, mostly the final, people only hear these songs once. Proper fans like us and me, you, we listen to these songs over and over again and analyse them in such great context that's why we get angry when our songs don't win. But Greece, I think, will win semi-final one. I think anyone in that top four really could. But that's my predictions. I'll do a video at the end of Eurovision week to see how right I was. I will be filming semi-final reaction videos for live reactions from when they are qualifying. Same with the final, like I did a couple of years ago. Didn't do it last year, I don't think. So let me in the comments put who you think will qualify and how badly you disagree with me. But let's just remember these are my opinions on mostly sort of personal feels towards the songs. This is why Eurovision is a great contest, because everyone has different opinions, but as long as you respect them, that's what makes you a good person. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.